Welcome to Stepdad Success, turning the tide on the way stepdads are seen and show up in the world. We're a new breed of leaders raising leaders. Blood or no blood, we raise them as our own. We're connected, loving, and committed to leading them into the future. If you asked a normal dad, he'd say we're doing the impossible. He'd say, but they're not yours. How do you do it? Yet every day, stepdads around the world are forging the way. That's what we call Stepdad Success. We're leaders raising leaders. And these are our stories. Good morning, stepdads. This is James Klobassa for Stepdad Success. And today I wanted to talk about pressure. Now, we all get under different types of pressure during our lives, during the week, during the day. But just recently for me, I've had a ton of pressure on me. And really, these are the times that test us. You know, at the moment, I have got probably 6 or 7 significant decisions to make around international travel, events, other, websites and business decisions that I need to make. As I said, 6 or 7 major decisions. Like these aren't like, oh, do I need to, travel 2 hours? These are like, I need to travel 20 hours. I need to go to this event for 3 days. Like I've got 4 or 5 events coming up overseas, international travel in the next few months, and there's just a ton of pressure. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it internally. And I wanted to talk to you about how I overcome this and how you might be able to use this for yourself. It's one of these things that we have to deal with as stepdads. We get pressure from our children, that constant bickering or, them spilling a drink or all sorts of little things, even school fees and all the different things that go into being a dad, being a stepdad, parenting in general. We have to overcome pressure at all levels almost constantly. That always varies in the amount, but there is a simple way to overcome it. And as for me, right now, as I said, lots of big decisions to make. And what I do personally is I've got access to a new software tool within the Kingdom software. Now, you may have heard me speak about the 4-dimensional man training that I'm running. That comes with access to a Kingdom software. Within that software is a tool called the Stack, which allows us to get our ideas out on paper. Well, not on paper, but actually in the computer, get our ideas out. And it has a list of about 22 questions that we can ask ourselves to get new perspective on things that are challenging us. That's my first go-to. So I know that some of you guys won't have access to this. You may want to hit me up about that 4-dimensional man training. I'm happy to chat to you about that. But the one other big thing that I do on a regular basis is meditate. And I've talked about this in the being segment of Living the Warrior's Way. But for me, I meditate intentionally when the pressure is building. That time where you're feeling antsy inside, you're feeling frustrated. There's like, you just feel like if someone touched you with a pin, you'd explode. That's the time when you need to sit down and meditate. And it might sound, in those pressure times, we often go to drink, or some may go to smoking drugs or taking pills or just trying to relieve the pressure to sedate ourselves. In the past, for me, years ago, drinking was an easy one. That pressure would build and I'd go, right, I need some time out. I'm going to go and have a couple of beers. I might go out on the beach, might go to a bar, catch up with some friends, go water skiing. I'd always end up having a few drinks just to relieve the pressure. But meditation has been a blessing. In those pressure times now, I'll go and sit for 20 minutes, sometimes only 10 minutes, depending on, whether I've already done 20 minutes in the morning, So I'm using meditation as a tool, not just as an escape, not just as I think something that I tick the box on in the morning. I'm using it as an active tool within overcoming those pressure situations. And a beautiful time to do this is when you're coming home from work. And maybe you work from home, so maybe it's a little bit different. Maybe you need to go for a drive in the afternoons. But just before the kids come home, there's a lot of activity. They're running around, they're asking questions, and that doesn't matter what age group they are. There's a different level of intensity when the children are in the house. What I like to do is I take 10, 5, 15, doesn't matter the length. You might want to do an hour. You might need an hour. But I normally take 10 or 15 minutes just before the kids come home and just meditate. And it brings a new level of peace and calm to me. I get to get rid of my day up to that point, clear the path for a peaceful evening. And this is what I've been doing with my big decisions as well as using the Stack tool from the software. I'm meditating a lot more regularly. As I said, big decisions to make. I need that peace in my mind. I need a clear mind to be able to work through those difficult decisions. Some of them are easy, some of them are hard. But having clarity of mind is key. And I challenge you today to go to your journal, maybe go across your 4 areas of life, body, being, balance, and business, and just pick one pressure point from one of those areas. It may be in business, it may be in family, it may be, from your spiritual or that connection realm, or it might be in your body. And then just go and sit on it. Set the timer, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and meditate on that. Overcome the challenge in your mind instead of turning to alcohol or drugs or other forms of sedation. And enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for listening. Would you like to learn more about how stepdads across the globe are joining forces in raising the next generation of leaders? Then head to www.stepdadsuccess.com and grab all the show notes plus a copy of the brand new tactical guide for creating more happiness, health, wealth, and wisdom as a stepdad. And if you liked the podcast, please share it with other stepdads you know and leave us a review on iTunes. Again, that's www.stepdadsuccess.com for all the show notes and tactical guide. Come and join the new breed of stepdads, the growing group of leaders raising leaders.